Well, we've been following this breaking news all morning long. The protests happening at campuses all over our state. We're now going to stores. Police are arresting protesters up there at UConn as the school moves to break down an encampment that students have been using since last Thursday.
Right. So UConn, one of the many schools across the country where anti-war protests are taking place. Students want the schools to disclose their investments to companies that make weapons being used in Gaza. Fox 61's Lindsay Kane is live in stores with the details. Lindsay, good morning. What are you seeing?
Hi, good morning. Well, this is quite the scene here in stores this morning. State police, along with local police agencies, are working to break up this student encampment right now. Now, earlier this morning, police arrested several students. We're still waiting on the exact number of how many students were arrested. I spoke with some students earlier this morning. They say maybe around 20 to 30 students were arrested, taken in handcuffs, taken to the police station this morning and are being charged. However, we're still waiting on an official number of students from the university this morning. Now you can see police here surrounding this is called Dove Tower. This is where the encampment has been since Thursday. You can see police are just standing here surrounding this. That way police can get in here and clean out this encampment. You can see them putting these items, the tents, into trucks. They're pulling it away. Students here have been yelling, chanting at times as police are continuing to break this up. Now it's finals week here at UConn. Graduation is set for this weekend. Now, students want UConn to disclose where they're investing money, accusing the school of helping to fund companies that make weapons used in Gaza. Now, the school has said that graduation will continue to go on this weekend. Finals are continuing to go on as well. We're told before this happened around 7 o'clock this morning, officers gave several warnings to the students. They stated those who stayed in this encampment would be arrested and charged. We're told by the university officers gave about 4 warnings and students still remained here in the encampment. Now, UConn spokespeople have said that students have the right to protest here. This is not in violation of their First Amendment rights. They are in violation of guidelines here on campus that include using these tents and include amplified sound. Now, police have been trying to work with students over the course of the last few days, as well as UConn spokespeople, in order to de-escalate this situation and get the students out of these tents in these encampments just to protest on campus rather than sleeping here. However, that did not happen. Again, police giving warnings to those students this morning as well. We're still waiting for the exact number of students that were arrested. Police still here on scene working on cleaning up this encampment. As you can hear behind me and see, there are still students here continuing to protest as well. So we'll continue to monitor the situation all morning long. You can stick with us on air, online, and on Fox 61 Plus as well. Live in stores this morning, Lindsay Kane, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, Lindsay, thanks for the update there in stores. Meantime, officials at Yale are also clearing the encampment. Their students set up there over a week ago.
And police moved everyone out of their tents just hours ago. We saw it happening live here. So Fox 61 Brooke Griffin is live now at Yale with the latest this morning. Brooke.
Yeah, so right now the protest is dispersing a little bit. Obviously, there's still about 50 or so students here, maybe a little less, but they're basically speaking their mind. They say they're going to, at this point, go home, get some rest, and then they're going to come back. So, recap, they were kicked out of their camp this morning. That happened around 6 o'clock. All these students were woken up. They were staying, about 50 students and about 50 tents or so were woken up by New Haven and Yale police. They were told that they must leave immediately. They were not, they say, given any sort of warning, left a lot of their belongings in those tents. They say they weren't even able to get them because they were afraid that they would be arrested. That's what the police were telling them. Now you can see here, that is exactly where that camp was. At this point, all that's left is a little bit of dust, but they already have the leaf blowers and the brooms out. That's how quickly they got this cleaned up. It only took maybe an hour or less for these school officials to clean everything up. This has been here for a little over a week at this point, about a week and a half. and now everything has been torn down. These students say they're not allowed to go back and get their belongings. They say anything that the police, quote, deemed valuable is what they get to pick up at the police department later. Now, we did just hear from the New Haven chief a few minutes ago. He came out here with a bullhorn and made an announcement. He told these students that there will not be any arrest as long as they don't get into the street and they don't impede traffic. They say that they cannot go onto the campus until all the tape is down, all the campus cleaned up, and that is where they stand at this point this morning. So now there's just some students that are saying the last few words before they disperse for the day. They say that they will be back. There's no current situation on when they'll be back or where, but they are going to be back. They say they are willing to skip classes, finals, whatever it may be for this. Although we are coming to the end of the semester, they say that they will be going home for the summer. That is something that they know. But if this continues, they say the war in Gaza continues. They say that this all will be back in September or August, whichever they have enough people for. They said that they will continue their protest. Live in New Haven, Brooke Griffin, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Brooke, thanks so much. We will check back in with you throughout the morning. Fox